This is what I have planned so far, well, a bit up there too, for this city. This is the city of Principia in my Labyrinthum series. And episode 1 is in progress right now. And what we are doing here, of course, is the starter house. And that is right here. Not there, but right here. It's a somewhat smaller house, but it's going to be important because it's going to be establishing the design, the general design for this city. So we need an overall architectural design for houses, right? So that is the first step for planning this city. However, there are a few other things that I need to do. And episode 2 is going to be one of two things. And they're on very, very different locations. So I have this choice here. So this is the industrial area. And I'm pretty certain I've got signs in here for this. But the plan is to have a clay factory. The reason for this is because the houses are mostly going to be made of terracotta. And I need various colors of terracotta. And for that, I need clay. And I need a lot of clay. So I've got to make a clay farm. And that's going to be either episode 2 or 3. I'm not 100% sure yet. But terracotta is not the easiest thing to get at the moment because the nearest Badlands is not very close at all. The other choice is to go all the way to Spawn. And again, I'm going to be doing both, but they're in two different episodes. So coming over here to Spawn, and Spawn was right around here, which is actually quite nice. There it is. And that choice is an iron farm. Now, I put a ruined temple. It's not going to be a temple. I'm going to be doing something a little more appropriate for an iron farm. And I'm thinking, I guess, a ruined forge. Because, well, forge would have something to do with iron. But it's very close to, over there is the village of Savoria. Of course, I'm in a creative world where I haven't built anything, but the city's over there. Now, since this is in spawn chunks, I'm going to have a large amount of iron going, right? That's right. All right, third thing, I need to get diamond gear and full enchantment to fight the dragon and get elytra. So I am currently playing with just iron gear. I do have diamond pick, but it's getting low. I do have access to mending though, but I don't have a very good way of mending anything. I've got diamond sword too, but because I don't have a good source of XP, it's hard to mend them. Kind of difficult, huh? This will come into play later on anyways. But I want to get the elytra because this is a really difficult terrain to build in. And I've got a tree farm way over there. So I'm going to want to get the trees, or the wood, of course. And I want to be able to come back and forth. And being able to build way up here, it's really hard. If I'm taking a boat, it's hard for me to get up here. It is really hard. Although, I do have to say that since I am going to be building a lot right on the edge here, the happy gas is going to come in very, very useful. That's for sure. Now, fourth, I need to start the walls to the city. I want to surround the city in walls. And I also need to do the roads. Now, I don't mean the roads inside the city. I mean the roads connecting the city there, way over there, to the village over there. I need an easy way to go back and forth on foot. Right now it's a very, very rugged path, and it's a bit of a pain over there. And I'm thinking I'm going to be doing that on live streams. Live streams are good for the more repetitive tasks, I think. And I think that once I have a design established for the walls, now I'm going to do that in a video, I'm just going to keep doing it over and over and over and over again over time, following, it's right here, this line. This line's going to be the wall. That's going to be very important because I want to keep out all of the riffraff, meaning mobs, because this is all going to be built up. I'm going to be building everywhere in here. Fifth, back to the clay farm. So I'm not sure if you noticed, I did put a super smelter sign there. I do plan on building, it's not going to technically be a super smelter. I mean, it will be. But I'm debating this, actually. I'm debating whether to build a separate building or just use the super smelter. I might just use an extension, like going back this way, have a separate building so that the clay can come over here and be turned into both terracotta and bricks. I do plan on using bricks as well. So it could be another kind of forge, right? I think that's important. Number 6, I've got a bunch of things that I need to have for this big project here. First of all, a nether portal. Now, I've already set up a nether portal in this world, so I know what's going on the other side. It's right over there. I do plan on having multiple nether portals in this city because it's a fairly large size. I plan on having one down there. That's where the military is. Now, in this world, the main people that have access to the nether are the military and apothecaries. Apothecaries, or the Apothecary Guild, is going to be another portal in the Apothecary Guild. Now, these people, of course, are the clerics, and they need materials from the nether to make potions, and so that is really important for them. There will be a handful of other locations. The university over here. There's going to be a university down this way. I think it'll also have another portal for research purposes, of course. Then we need an enchantment setup. I'm thinking that we're going to have a new kind of job. I'm not sure what to call it. Enchanter, wizard, something like that. I mean, since it involves bookshelves, I could put it in the library, but I don't think so. Library is going to go here. But yeah, I think I'm going to have that as an entirely different kind of job. So, and that's going to be a location for me to just go in and do some enchanting in this area, of course. And then we have a paper mill. Now the paper mill, I'm kind of undecided where to put it, because I want to have a couple things close together. I need a leather farm and a chicken farm as well. All of this is going to, and I should say a squid fishery. So all 4 of these things are going to work together and make book and quills. Or books and quills. Because I'm making so many books in this series. Every single building, every single person's going to have a book. And you can learn about all of the people. So I need to figure out exactly where they're going to go. The fisheries are all in this area. This whole area right below me, going along this coastline, is going to be a bunch of fishermen's houses and docks. So lots and lots of fishing boats going to be in there. I'm going to build a bunch, have them going out to there as well as out that way. I think that'll create a lot of interesting ambience. But that's for squid. I did put something down in this direction, although down here I think I have the paper mill over there. So we need water for a paper mill. Over here is going to be kind of a farming area. I'm going to have a leather farm. Leather worker is going to be outside the city because it stinks in real life. It's going to be somewhere over here. So this area, yeah, right here. I put this for Tanner, leather, stinky. Yeah, large cattle farm with cow crusher for leather and beef. And then over by the wall, we're going to have another farm outside of the walls. Is this going to be the chicken farm? Yeah, with a chicken cooker and feather factory. Yeah, it's the sun going down. Let's do that. And I was thinking of having over here, so inside a bookbinder. It's close access to leather and feather. That rhymes. But, of course, all of the paper is way down there. Makes it a little bit difficult. You want them to be close, right? So I got to figure that one out. Then, number 7. I need to locate a skeleton spawner for a skeleton farm. I need both XP and bones. I'd also like the other things from it too, but having bones for bone meal as well as bone block will come in fairly handy. Bone meal especially. And the XP factor is going to come in extremely useful for, of course, mending everything and getting enough XP to do some enchanting. So there is that. Now, number 8, I need to choose a good location for a creeper farm. Now, I'm thinking I want to keep it away from the land. I might do it down in the water. I'm kind of wondering if it should be part of the military. Like somewhere over here. Have some kind of maybe docks coming out. So if I have docks coming out, I can have the creeper farm perhaps in like some kind of tower. Have it underneath. And that might work. Kind of an hourglass shape though. But we'll see. It could be some kind of interesting building there. Now I'm not going to keep things to like medieval style because this isn't medieval, and not steampunk, even though this is kind of the era for steampunk. I'm not doing that. I'm doing as different as possible from established styles. That's what I want to do. Okay, number 9. For the supporters, I need to, of course, build City Hall, which will be right up here. And we're going to have 2 wings on the sides, and we're going to make it 2 floors. And around the outside of the walls, we're going to have spots for armor stands. So anyone who is a member on Patreon and YouTube, that is for my main channel, will have armor stands honoring them. Now they're going to, of course, depend on what the level is. Stone, of course, gets leather. Iron gets iron. Gold gets gold, and so on, you know. And that's not all. Number 10. For the supporters, I build things that are requested. Now, depending on the level. So, if you are stone, you get a place to live, and a place to work. You're not an owner of anything. You're just an employee of some place. However, you have a story. You are part of this world. And the higher you go, the more important your status may be. So let's say you're netherite, which is the highest tier. So if you are a netherite supporter, then you are basically going to be the ruler of this kingdom. Or the mayor of the city. It really depends on what I'm working on when you become a member. So, I'd like to mention this is for paid members. However, viewers are still able to help out with deciding what things are going to be. Now, you're not necessarily going to be the, I guess, the name of the business. That's for paid members. But you can help me decide what goes where. So if I'm thinking, well, orange is businesses. So what is going to go here? What kind of business goes here? It's a little building, and it's right up next to a couple of houses here, but it's on a main road. It's on the main road on this side of the lake. So, yeah, even if you are not a paid member, you do have some influence over what goes on in this world. So that's part of the fun of doing this. I want everyone to be involved, and yeah, that's about it. Now that's only an example of some of the things that I have planned. I have so much planned for this city as well as elsewhere. So looking at the overall map, the city itself will cover basically out to here and going in through here and out to here. So this is the city as well as industrial and military there. I'm going to have cottages over here, kind of rich people might be out here, but they're, I would say since they're outside the walls, they can have some issues with mobs. Farms. There's going to be a main road going through here, over here, farms, tons of farms. I'm going to make them big too. This is going to be a farming village, walled, of course. This is going to be a mining village, also walled. And we're going to have a university here. I have plans for this mountain. There are some amazing things about this mountain that I love. And there's going to be a major temple here. That's a lot of what I've got planned here. This village here is going to be kind of a resort village. Nice view of this lake. And the capital city right here. This entire peninsula is going to be the capital city. I am thinking that because of the location on this ocean, we're going to have the industrial port here. So I'm going to have a bridge going across here. So this is all industrial. And we'll have industrial port here. And I was planning on doing it along here, but I have other plans for it now. I was going to have a wall going across like down here, but I don't think so. I want all this to be developed. And I'm really looking forward to getting to work on this area. Other locations, of course, I'm going to be adding in, I think right in here, I think this might be it. There's an entrance to a cave. I'm going to do an old abandoned village here that's inside the cave. And of course, the reasons why it's abandoned is because mobs. Yeah. But that is my plan. I have so much to do. And starting in June, we are going full steam ahead with this city. I can't wait. So let me know what you think about these ideas and what other ideas I should do. What do you think I should build in this city? Let me know in the comments below. If you like videos like this and would like to see some more, then please consider subscribing to this channel as well as my main one where Labyrinthum is going to be. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.